It's what we live in our three-dimensional world. We don't see everything that exists. It's contingent, and classical science is contingent on everything being material or physical. You got to measure it. Everything is measurable. Well, no, everything is not measurable. And there are other dimensions according to mathematics and physics. And when you get into that, you realize there's so much that we don't understand, that we're not keeping up with. And if these things have access to that and can somehow, through vibrational frequency, and that's what everything is, a vibrational frequency, called string theory, we're all energy at a certain level. And if that's what they have access to and can do that, they can become in our perception, then out of our perception. So these people that say they shoot them, but you never find a body. I mean, we never found a body after they say they shot one. You got this guy in Northern California that says he shot one, and he knows he hit it. And that's one of the samples that this Dr. Ketchum examined back in Texas when she did the genetics on. She's a geneticist and found the maternal DNA, which is the female side was human, and the nuclear DNA, which is it was undetermined.
Well, maybe on the other hand, though, that they know one of their spouses or mates or one of their members of their tribe was just, killed, and maybe, after the guy buries it, they wait till the guy leaves the area, and then they remove, the remains.
Could be.
They don't, probably just like us. We want our loved ones buried, in a certain place. Mm-hmm. It's not buried in the backyard. So it might be the same way. They might have their, ritual rites of what, they do with their dead.
Very true. That could happen. In fact, that's the Native American lore. They do take care of their own. I've heard that story before, that they saw them actually put them under a big boulder, a dead one. I don't know if that's, it's all stories. You don't know what really to believe. Again, just about everything has a way of changing through each story, each storyteller. And over the eons, you don't know what to believe and what not to believe, the accuracy of it.
Okay, Ron, we're going to take like about a 2-minute break, so I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to run a commercial, do a couple little things, and I'll bring you back on.
All right.
Okay, so don't hang up.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So anyway, a Bigfoot, are they real? Are they not real? I guess if you have never seen one, you'll sit there and say, it's a figment of people's imagination. If you were one of the few out there, and I mean few, that heard the noise or had rocks thrown at you out in the middle of the woods, or even saw one, then you're going to have a different feeling about Bigfoot. Hey, this is Gary from Night Dreams Talk Radio. I want to welcome a new sponsor to our show, PhoenixShaving.com. I know what you're thinking, right? Oh, another disposable razor company. Well, the fact is they're not. You remember the razors that your father and his father shaved with? Did you ever notice they didn't have, the embarrassing razor burn or ingrowing hairs or the razor bumps after they shaved? Did you notice they were also relaxed after they were done shaving? Well, the problem is these big corporations want to sell you razor after razor after razor. Think about how much money you spend a year on razors. Or do you use electric razor? And then you're going to find out what razor burn is. So you need to check out Phoenix Shaving Starter Kits. They come complete with the soap, the brush, and a 2.5-month supply of blades. And the most important part of it, an all-metal razor, built to last generations. So, hey, you can donate it to one of your sons when they turn 18. Check out PhoenixShaving.com and tell them that Gary from Night Dream said, hey, I want one. That's PhoenixShaving.com now. Yeah, and you should actually check them out. And if you basically say that you heard that commercial on Night Dreams Talk Radio, you will get a discount. So you can also check out Phoenix Shaving on our website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com.
If you want to talk to Gary and his guests, the phone lines are now open. Call us at 1-253-203-6695.
Okay, and that is 1-253-203-6695. I can't guarantee you'll get through. I'm having problems with Skype. Every day, every time I turn the computer on or off or anything, the next thing I know, it's updating Skype. I run Windows 7, and Windows 7 isn't compatible. Well, actually, we got somebody coming on right now, so let's give them, let's see what happens. Hopefully, we don't lose our guest now. Okay, who do we have?
Samara.
Hello. I got a feeling I just lost my guest. Well, oh boy. Anyway, I'm getting feedback.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have a radio on in the background?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hey, hopefully Ron will call right back because I just lost him. And he's on hold waiting for me to unhold him. And boy, that's what I hate about Skype. If anybody's familiar with it, please text me or email me and tell me how I can cure this problem. We're running Windows 7. It keeps updating to Windows 10. And as soon as it does it, then all the features on Skype is not working right. But I got a funny, you're not hearing me either, are you?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, who do we have?
Oh, this is Samara. I was just calling in. I wanted to talk to Ron a little bit more about the quantum side of Bigfoot. I read his book, and I've met him a few times. So he gave me his book the last time we were speaking at a conference together, and just had some questions about that.
Yeah.
But since he's not there, I can comment on a couple of the things that he talked about.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, I have seen them run on all fours like you described. One was going up a hill, and it was extremely, extremely fast, and it's just going straight up on all fours like you described. And I've heard others describe it that way too. So I can definitely speak to their speed. And I'm going to be on your show later this month. I'm Kevin's wife. And so I don't want to say too much, but we can talk about more later. But the
well, guess what?
Taking women thing is. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think we have Ron back. Ron, are you there?
Oh, good.
Hello.
Hey, Ron, we lost you, but Samantha, you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and you can ask.
Hi, Ron. It's okay. Hi, Ron. It's Samara, Kevin's wife, and I just wanted to talk more about quantum side of the Bigfoot. I know we've talked before, but you said that there's different types, you believe?
Yes.
And so with the lightsaber, I've seen a few odd things, sparkles, like little red sparkles around them, and where they're kind of see-through or smoke-like. Have you heard of other people seeing things like that?
Oh, I've heard so much. Yes, there's all kinds of entities going on that we don't see with our 3D perception, the light perception. Yeah, the reason base why I think there are different kinds is basically because I believe aliens have intervened into the human genome and into primate's genome, basically. And I think depending on what alien it is, a good one or a bad one, and what their motive was, would depend on if they're good or bad entities come out of them. And that's what I base it on, and that's just why I think there's good ones and bad ones. Not because, like we in humans, there can be a good human and a bad human. We're all still humans. These things, I think, are still part human, all of them, but they still have the male counterpart to them. It could be a different type of alien.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a little strange, but that's what I think.
Not strange to me. I had an encounter, I guess it's been about 3-4 years now, and, I was not looking for them or expecting it at all. So, it was a little startling, to say the least, but my very first encounter, I had telepathy with them, which I hadn't had before.
Uh-huh.
I have had some psychic things, I guess, but after that, then I started to explore it more and open up. And I know that telepathy is very common with that interdimensional.
Well, I think that's good. Yeah. I refer to that as quantum entanglement. I think they're able to do that. And basically, a lot of people have telepathy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kind of leads to what I was going to ask was the quantum entanglement. Since I had my first experience, and I think kind of mirroring back, you said they can smell really well, and I had one sniff me, and I think that they do have a very good sense of smell, but since I had my encounter, it seems like they should let me know they're everywhere I go, Colorado, California, things like that. So do you think there's like an entanglement with all of them?
Yes, they have the ability to entangle with people they want to, and a lot of those people have I got a whole chapter on quantum entanglement in my book, The Quantum Bigfoot, but the other one is the pineal gland, which is inside our head. It's called a third eye. I don't know if you've ever heard about that, but it's about history. It's supposedly it's got all the attributes of an eyeball, except it don't have the actual physical eyeball. And that is our connection, I think, with the intuitiveness that so many of us actually have. We just aren't able to access it like some of the other people can, like you can, maybe. And I think that's because of the calcification of our diets. And I get into that also, how to decalcify your not pituitary, but pineal gland. And you, once they connect up with you, and I also get into sleep stages, because most of the encounters we've had, and most people that I'm maybe taking up the conversation here, but is you get into the alpha state of sleep where you're not trying to analyze things, you're just kind of relaxed. That's when they can really come to you and work with you. I don't know if that answered anything or not, but there's so much to this.
I know, and I don't want to take up the lines, Gary. If you have other
that's
callers,
fine. My Skype is really still messed up, so I got to get this fixed.
Oh,
now,
okay.
Did you?
Well,
no. A question I have for you, Samantha. Did you feel at all threatened when you had your encounter?
It's so weird. Well, we were out shooting, so I was armed, and gave me some security. And again, I didn't know what it was. We just smelled a horrible smell, and then
now I want to ask you a question. What in my case, what I smelled, it smelled like urine, real strong, and something kind of like if you shampooed a carpet too much, and it kind of started mildewing, it kind of mixed that type of smell in with it. What type of smell did you notice?
I've heard all different people describe it differently, but it was, my dad was an avid hunter. We had, old meat around sometimes. It smelled like that, like rotting flesh. There was a very distinct little salmon smell in there, but fish, but it was not like a smell I've ever smelt before. That's the closest thing I could come to, and that's what was kind of startling, is I didn't know what that smell was, and there wasn't a lot of wind in the air. So, I'm like, how did this very strong odor come out of nowhere? And then I had a picture in my mind of a Sasquatch squatting down.
Oh, wow.
And